For this map and system, I have chosen the Hunger Games. So I did put a reading just in case no one has read it. This is from chapter 1, pages 4 and 6. Here's page 4. Coming up on page 5. Finally coming up on page 6. Now, the words from the reading that are specifically used are not necessarily made up words, but kind of normalized words that just might have a slightly different meaning. So, for example, the capital. In this case, the capital is known as somewhere where all of the wealthy people live and high maintenance people live, where the president lives. Panama is the countries that the districts are in. The Hunger Games is the games that are played every year. District 12 is the district where our main character Katniss is from. The meadow, it does mean the normal meaning of a meadow, but also kind of like the free place that isn't supervised by their government. And the reaping is where you are picked for the Hunger Games. The first community I chose was the arena community. So their goals in the arena is to become the victor. However, in the very beginning of the Hunger Games, it was a reminder of the rebellion and a price that each district had to pay. The members of the arena are those who are chosen during the reaping, so both male and female from each of the 12 districts, and the ages are ranging from 12 to 18. So their purpose of communication in the arena is from the outside world by sponsors. The sponsors send small packages with notes, supplies, things that aren't really found in the arena. Also, there are speakers within the arena that make sounds that indicate things, such as the booms that allow those inside to know when someone has died. From the inside the arena, you don't really speak to each other, and if you do, it's face to face, unless, for instance, you're like Katniss and Rue, and they use the sounds of mockingjays to communicate with each other. The next community I picked is the Everdeen community. Their modes of communication are mostly spoken face to face throughout the household. The tech impact of communication, there is no modern communication or technology in this community, since the families do live in a more poverty district. which means there's like not that much electricity. So even if they did have the technology to do it, they don't have the electricity to actually do it. So the topics of discussion that usually go within the Everdeen community is the reaping. They try to calm down Prim, telling her that she has a low chance of getting picked. And Katniss talks to her mom about being strong even if she doesn't make it back, because she did see how her father's death did affect her mother, and she doesn't want that to happen again. Lastly, the last community I picked was the district community. So their rules are: every time you purchase food from the capital, you must put your name into the bowl to be drawn later on during the reaping. If you're between the ages of 12 and 18, you must take part in the reaping. So there's specialized language. There isn't really any. It's mostly normal words. They might have a slight different meaning to it, but usually not. So the membership to become part of this community is you are born into the community. Activity system. This is the archery activity system I came up with during one of the scenes in the movie. I did put the image right here off to the side as a reference. So the subject is: the tributes, including Katniss Everdeen, showcase their skills in front of the game makers and those throughout the districts and the capital that are watching. The tools are weapons or items that they use for like self-defense or survival methods that they want to show off to those watching. The rules is that you wait for your district and your name to be called, you introduce yourself, show off your skill to those watching without hurting anyone, and exit the room. This motive, like the objective, is to impress those who are watching so they don't forget you and can help you throughout your time in the arena. The outcome is that you typically gain sponsors that send you things. You also do get scored at the end, so that could help you, like learn your opponents. The community is the game makers and those participating in the games. Division of labor provides help in the game later that you can't really get without like having a sponsor. It gives everyone a rank, as I said, like a score, just to let you know who's the strongest and who's the weakest. And that is my map and systems of the Hunger Games. Thank you.